Hello student. So today we start our new topic, new unit, fourth unit, and this unit is based on cookies and browser. Correct. So what are the cookies and what is a browser? So first of all, let's see our syllabus of this unit. Cookies, basic of cookies, reading the cookie value, how we write a cookie value, then cookies, how can we create a cookies, then when we create cookies we have to delete it if it's a mandatory or we need it, then we delete that cookies, then those settings, the expiration date of cookies. Expiration date means when date is limited, then we will be, it's that those cookie will be automatically deleted. Correct. That means we create that cookies, we can store that cookie or read that cookie, those cookies value, and delete that cookies. And last one, we can set timing for that cookie. When time is end, that cookies will be deleted automatically. That means if you set time for 1 month, if next month is coming and first date of that month, then that time that cookies will be deleted automatically. Correct. Then second topic is browser. So how can we open a new window? How can we open that window, giving a new window focus, giving a position of window? It means left, when window with open, it's opening on left side, right side, positioning top or bottom. Correct. So giving the position, changing the content of window, closing the window, scrolling a web pages like up and down, scrolling horizontally, vertically, like that. Multiple windows at the one time. It means when you click a button or you want to open new window, that time you can open multiple windows at the same point. Then creating a new web page in a new window. It's mean when you open a window, that means your new web page will be created or open. Second thing, JavaScript in URLs. Again, JavaScript security, timer, browser location, and history. You can see how can we see that history of browser. So let's start our new chapter, which are for 10 marks. And for this topic, there is a course outcome using JavaScript for handling the cookies. Like I already told you, how can we how can we read that cookies, create that cookies, and delete that cookies. Okay, we can see that history of that cookies. Now, let's start our new topic, cookies and browser data. First, we see cookies. What is a cookie? Okay, so as you know, web browser and server. Okay, and for that we use a HTTP protocol to communicate. And what is HTTP protocol? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So hypertext transfer protocol is a stateless protocol. If you ask what is a stateless meaning, so stateless protocol is that type of protocol which is send information client to server. That means if client send any request to server, then server respond to client or give that information which required by client. Correct. So server respond back according to current state. So that does not require the server to retain session information or status about each communication partner for the multiple requests. If one client send multiple requests to server, correct, and server also send the reply or give that information to client. So that time it not store each and every session or status about that communication. Correct. So because a request is multiple times sended, that's why, and it's not storing that information. Correct. If you know stateless protocol, so stateless protocol require less resources because system do not need to keep track of multiple links communication. Right? I already told you if multiple requests send it to the client to server, so server does not store that communication information or that session part, correct? Or that session detail. So in stateless protocol, each information packet travel on its own without reference or any other packets. And each communication is a stateless protocol is distracted, unrelated to those that precede or follows. Correct. So what that means, stateless means it not store each and every information. Information it not means the information it time when it sended that information, when it get that information server, it's not storing those session time or session information, we can say not time but session information, it not stored for each and every request. So this is the meaning of stateless. Now let's move. uh, as I already told, HTML is stateless protocol, but for a commercial website, it is required to maintain the session information among the different pages. Correct. So for that, if a user use any web browser and login ID for the creating a new account that website, so user have to fill all the information about that form or that login ID. For that, if he want to create a new account, he can always fill all the documents like name, address, pin code, a number, then again next page, all the remaining information. He can submit it all those information, correct? So after completing that process or completing that many pages, so how to maintain user session information across all the web pages? So is in that situation, using cookies is the most efficient method of remembering that and tracking preference. We can say commissions and other information required for better visitor experience and site statistics. So as I already told, if user create any account for we can say when you want to open your Gmail account, you have to fill all the information for that account and you submitted all the pages and then you submitted multiple pages at the same time, correct? So this information is in that situation, cookie is useful for the remembering those information or tracking that preferences, correct? That's why we use the cookies. And how it works, that cookies works, server sends some data to the visitor browser in the form of cookies, correct? So it's not stored on the server side, it's stored on the client side because client requested that information to the server and it submitted those information to the server. So that time those information store on your client's machine, correct? So about the browser may accept the cookie if it does not, sorry, if it does, it is stored as a plain text record on a visitor hard drive. That means I already say that cookies information stored on client side machine. It means visitor or client or user who is using that browser or that machine, in that machine those information are stored and those information stored in plain text, correct? So if browser sends the same cookies to the server for or a retrieval same information multiple time, so this information or retrievals your server known or server remember that store information, correct? So in that cookies there are some field, five lanes or field are available for that. So I already explained you what are the cookies. This is the stateless cookies, sorry, HTTP is a stateless protocol, that's why we need a cookies, correct? So cookies is a small piece of data stored in a file on your computer. As I already told you, cookies are stored in your computer because you are a client or you are a user. Then second information is information present in the cookies is accessed by the web browser. Like I already told you, because client sent multiple requested to browser. So that's why those information can access by the browser. So information present in the cookies is accessed by the web browser, correct? And cookies remember the information about the user. So when the user visits the web page, his or her name can be stored in the cookies because each and every time you log in your websites or your web browser, so which account you uh, through which account you access that browser, that information is stored. So in that cookie session, your information which are filled or you already filled on the browser, it's stored by your name, correct? And next time when you visit again that page, so cookie will be remember that name, correct? Because it already stored. Cookie the save in name value pair, like here example AABBC, like Karan Patel, we can say that. So this is an example. Cookies is a small text file which contain following data. Cookie is a small text file. As I already told you, it's stored in a plain text file. So name value pair containing the actual data. Second, expiry date after which is no longer valid. Second and last one, data, domain and path of the server it should be sent to. As I already told you, expiry date after which is no longer valid. It means if you set that data for the within the 1 month, within a 1 week, within that week, it will be deleted automatically. It's not longer available. So there are two types of cookie, session cookies and persistent cookies. So session cookies, what are the session cookies? For that, session cookies, those type of cookies that remember the information in temporary mode. So we can say that session cookies is a cookie that that remember temporarily, or that remember in a for some time. Temporary it means within 1 week, 2 weeks. That's we call temporary, not a permanently. It means it's long period. Correct. So it's store remember in a temporary time, temporary for a temporary memory. We can say. So only while user is reading or navigated the website. It means if user continuously logging in any website for one week or 1 month, on that period cookies will be available. But when cookies are not available, if user not go that those pages which are you previously he used in past, and present he does not use those web pages, or he doesn't go on that website, it means cookies are automatically deleted those sites or those information. So cookie it automatically deleted when the user exit the browser application, correct? No. What is a persistent cookie? Persistent cookie is a cookie that is assigned an expiration date. A persistent cookie is a return to the computer hard disk and remain there until the expiration date has been reached. Then it deleted. Correct? It means, as I already told you, if user continuously log those information for a 1 week, and next week he doesn't go that website, but what a person cookie, here you set the time limit your cookies. For example, if you need that those website in future use, you can set time limit for that cookies for one month, for 2 months, and after 2 months those cookies will be deleted. Okay, you can set here time limit. A person cookies are returned to the computer hard disk and remain there until the expiration date has been reached. Then it deleted. Correct. JavaScript can create, read, delete, and cookie using document or cookies properties. We can see how can we use a document cookies property. So for that, there are 5 fields or variable length field for the information storing or in a plain text data. So which are those 5 fields? Expire, domain, path, resource, name. Expire, the date the cookies will expire, and if this is a blank, the cookie will expire when the visitor quit the browser. Correct, as I already told that in information. Domain, the domain name of your website or your site. Then path. Path is a directory or web page and that set the cookies. This may be blank if you want to retrieve the cookie from any directory or your web page or your page. Third one is a secure. Secure is the field contain the word secure when the cookies may only be retrieved within a source server, secure server. If this field is blank, no such restriction exists. Last one is the name. Value. Cookies are set and retrieved in the form of key value pair. Now let's move next point, creating the cookies. So creating a cookie is a simple technique. For creating a cookie, we need to assign a cookie. In that case, we need cookies, your username, and that function document.cookie. Correct? So value to windows.document.cookie, and for that document.cookie equal to your username, which is we use Anand. This is your value. So the name value pair separated by dash sign and terminated by delimiter like semicolon. The cookies can be assigned to document.cookie instead of windows.document cookies. We can simply write document.cookie. So this is example for our cookie. I only explain that example, and next lecture we will run that example. So here we create our JavaScript code, then we give a function, our cookie function, write cookie, for because we creating that cookie. So in that cookie we give a sorry, we give a condition document.myform.customer.value. Then we give a alert message. This alert message enters some value and return that value. And then we create cookies value escape document myform.customer.value, and we give the semicolon. Then we put cookies name and cookie value. Then we write the setting cookies name and values, correct? And in our body part, we entering the information for that cookie, enter the name, your name, and then we give the button for that cookie, and we set that cookie button, set cookies, and on click write write cookies function will be access. So let's stop here today's lecture, and next lecture we will run actually this program and see what output we will get. Okay, thank you.